Hello everybody and welcome to another custom campaign run for ARKHAM Horror the card game. Playing some two-handed solo here live on Twitch. We got Minh and Silas. Their skills! It's a skill-based pairing. I like these two investigators. Let's have some fun playing them together, shall we? Alright, there's the deck list. You can see I'm going to go a few more seconds and we're just going to read some of this. So, the campaign we are playing is called Cyclopean Foundations. It's inspired by Call of Cthulhu. I'm not sure who made it because they are not credited here, so I'm looking forward to it. I have that same sense of scared optimism as we go into a new campaign. It's always interesting to see how the design and balance is, but the flavor looks cool. Going through with all the titles, all the pictures, everything looks neat. So let's have a fun time playing Cyclopean Foundations, shall we? Notice, some resolutions and interludes in the Cyclopean Foundations campaign will instruct players to add or remove notice to or from the campaign log. This is done by marking on the meter on the second page of the campaign log. Later in the campaign, some scenarios may be changed or altered depending on how much notice the investigators have. Notice is shared among all the investigators. This is not tied to any specific investigator. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to make our own notice. I'm just going to grab this, just because then it'll be easier to, we don't have to keep going back to that page. So, a few things we're going to do. So we're going to have our notice over here. And then, of course, we have the new things that we do. So, let's tint the colors. We have our auto-fail counter, our Elder Sign counter, and then this one is notice. And we'll make notice like a purple. Not that purple, that is much too bright. Much better, okay. Perfect. Okay. Non-Euclidean. Non-Euclidean is a new ability that appears on some locations. When an investigator would move from a location, that investigator must resolve all non-Euclidean abilities on that location. A location is non-Euclidean for the purposes of other card effects if at least one non-Euclidean ability. If it has, okay, it's non-Euclidean if it has at least one non-Euclidean printed on it. Easy. All right. Prologue. Saturday, November 12th, 1927, ARKHAM. The various archaeological expeditions of Miskatonic University frequently captured the public's imagination for their theories taken to exotic lands and curiosities returned from the same. The ancient trophies were always certain to be exotic and interesting, but were often few and far between. Over the past 8 months, however, the university received generous funding from an entrepreneur named James Wycliffe to finance multiple expeditions throughout the globe. Each enterprise returned a success, improving the reputations of everyone involved and stocking the displays of the Miskatonic Museum with fresh exhibits. So highly anticipated was their most recent expedition to Mycenae in Greece, don't know how to pronounce that, sorry if I butchered it, that some of the university's more eager professors nearly canceled their classes for the day that expedition was due back in ARKHAM. It was fortunate they did not, as the expedition failed to appear. While you may have expected a delay due to bad weather or a shipwreck at very worst, what you didn't expect was the letter addressed to you personally from James Wycliffe himself. You didn't see a courier come or go, but the letter was waiting on your doormat the first thing the very next morning. Your unique services are urgently required. The reputations of myself and the Mycenae expedition are at stake, so this information cannot be made public and cannot involve the police. The expedition returned to Kingsport and sent its cargo upriver to ARKHAM, but nothing arrived at the university. Foul play is suspected. Search the Miskatonic riverfront for any evidence of the expedition cargo and identify the thieves as possible. Again, secrecy is paramount. Thank you, and good luck, James Wycliffe. The vague manifest of the missing items and the generous cash advance both included with the letter only build on your suspicion. Why does Wycliffe suspect foul play? Why does he insist that such a high-profile mission be kept a secret? And why would he come to you, specifically? Your experience with investigation usually dips into paranormal territory. If Wycliffe's expedition was uncovered anything of this nature, then who could learn about it quickly enough to hijack it? The questions rack up, but you have no current course of action but to prepare for a busy evening. I like the flavor of this being like Min gets the letter, so then she hires Silas because he's a shirtless dude, and they're usually tough. Your preparations take you a good portion of the day, and by the time you are ready to set out for the Miskatonic riverfront, the gray November skies have begun to trickle rain and the wind has strengthened considerably. At its current rate, the approaching storm will reach its full strength during your investigations. Preferable as it would be to wait out the bad weather, each delay only reduces your chances of finding the missing cargo. You step out into the streets of ARKHAM and pull your coat a little tighter as you review the information from Wycliffe one more. The Mykenæ expedition returned directly from Greece and offloaded the cargo at Kingsport from the ocean liner to the cargo barge. This barge was taken up by the Miskatonic River by a towboat named the Myra Louise. This towboat is the same one that delivered the previous expedition findings and has been operating on the Miskatonic River for over 20 years without incident. That doesn't change the fact, however, that the Myra Louise missed its scheduled arrival in ARKHAM last night and has not been seen since its departure from Kingsport. The key to unraveling the cargo's disappearance and your own misgivings about Wycliffe's job for you both lie with finding the missing towboat. You proceed from your house toward the river, guarding yourself against the elements with a curious feeling growing at the back of your mind. An atmosphere of unease has settled over ARKHAM this evening, worse than the usual air of superstition. Oh, my pronunciation is pretty good. Happy to hear it. I'm just pulling stuff out of my butt to figure it out. Some of the people you pass act like sleepwalkers, barely conscious of their surroundings and talking to themselves in jilted bursts. Others stare at you with suspicion and fear, only averting their eyes once you notice them. And perhaps it's your imagination, but are there dark shapes moving in the water? All right. So the following sides, shuffle and build the deck. Stop! At this point, you're ready to begin playing Lost Moorings. Do not read interludes yet. Say no more, game designer. I will listen to what you have to say. Okay. Give this a shuffle. A dark and stormy night. By the time you arrive at the riverfront, the storm has grown to a steady drizzle. Rain pelts the tin roofs and buffets the already cascading waves, some reaching high enough to wash over the docks. The worst of the storm has yet to make it landfall. The search for Myra Louise. Whether the ship has been hidden or sunk, you won't get any concrete answers about the missing cargo until you can confirm the location of the Myra Louise. A towboat of its size must still be on the river somewhere, and hopefully some witnesses along Miskatonic's banks can point you in the right direction. We need 8 clues to advance. We have -X, where X is the current act, and -2 if this test fails, take 1 damage. So you kind of want to be up 2. Let's see what our opening hands are, shall we? Whoop. Hawkeye's a nice start. Inquiring Mind is always good. Crack the Case is great to refill the things. Unexpected Courage is fine. That's a bomb diggity opening hand. Apart from, like, Unexpected Courage is probably going to go. All right, Silas, you really want to find a weapon. That's not a weapon. That's not a weapon. That's, like, not a weapon? Okay. Let's start over here, because we can just kind of grok this one. I think the Unexpected Courage is going to go. Cool. Oh, we probably start on the waterfront, right? I missed that. Waterfront back says, the Miskatonic River cuts straight through ARKHAM. Resign, you're in no condition to locate the missing cargo right now. We have the gutted trout, fishing piers, dry docks, the quay, and the shipping warehouses. Okay, we want to find a weapon. So I think we're going to mulligan kind of like really hard for it. I think we're just going to keep the emergency cash. Okay, so now we just got to find skills. Okay. I mean, no matter what, this lets us attack at 5, which is nice. Okay. We're going to let Silas go first because Min kind of is just going to investigate and he can check out the shroud of a location. So we're going to play the harpoon. We're going to move up here. I should get these going. Let's move into the Gutted Trout. After you reveal the Gutted Trout, search the encounter deck and discard pile for 1 copy of Wharf Rat and put it into play at the Gutted Trout. All right. Should we take the gamble now? Is Wharf Rat a human or an actual rat? Wharf Rat. It's a human, it looks like. Parlay. Reveal a random token from the Chaos Bag. You may spend 2 resources to reveal an additional token. Interesting. So we can talk to the guy. Or we could just stab him to death. Okay. We can just stab him to death, you say. To shreds, you say. To absolute shreds. We just need 8 clues, huh? It's just 6 doom. Okay, nice and simple so far. All right, we have 1 action left. So if we evade the guy, I mean, we're going to stab him with the harpoon. We're going to commit this take card just in case we fail. Or do we save that for when, like... Nah, we play this. We can bring it back with Silas's ability because that's what his ability does. So we have 5 to 3. Okay. No retaliate, we just miss. But we do get to gain 2 resources and draw 2 cards. Alright, well, Min's going to help you with that next turn, Silas. But you're going to start by playing down this Hawkeye folding camera. Then we're going to move in here. My grandma's calling me, but this is not the time, Grandma. I am currently streaming. Then we can investigate at 4 to 2. We can commit this deduction to go 6 to 2 because the sooner we get through this, the better, right? So we'll go 6 to 2 for our last action. -1. Sorry, it'll be 7 to 2. Oh, no. No, yeah, it'll be 6 because we already did that. We'll grab 2 clues from our location. Okay. This guy's going to attack. We go upkeep. Nice. We go upkeep. Also good. I shouldn't be surprised to draw skills. It's kind of what my decks do. This card here. Put Driving Rain and play next to the agenda deck. The first time an investigator take a move or investigate action during their turn, they'll lose 1 resource. At the end of the round, discard a copy of Driving Rain. Okay. Hunter Prey. Evaded. Move it to a connecting location. Empty if possible. All right, Silas, you got your work cut out for you, brother. You got a bunch of people you got to kill. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Min, your first 2 actions are going to be to get rid of Siren Call. And then we're going to investigate just at 4 to 2, I think. We want to save these for the time being. Nice. We'll lose a resource as well on that. Silas, my boy. We're going to fight this guy. We have 5, 6, 7 to 4. Nice. He'll be dead. We're going to bring it back, and we're just going to do that again. 7 to 3. Sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, that was 8. So this one is now... Yeah, we'll still run with this one, not without a fight. So we'll take it out here. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 3. Oh, baby. Give me that Elder Sign. Let's go. I locked it. They can't be locked. All right, so this goes over here. This is going to return, and then this guy's dead. We have 1 action left, so we're going to use this simple window to drop down our Cherished Keepsake. Okay. Get rid of the driving rain. Upkeep phase. Research Librarian is a great draw. Resourceful is a fantastic draw. Okay. 2 of 6. First evil card here. Spawn at the waterfront. Hunter. Victory? Victory. Let's go. Cold Trail. Test Brain 3. If you fail, return 1 of your clues to your location and take 1 horror. Okay. We're going to commit this take heart to this. We're going to test 2 to 3. We fail, so we're going to gain 2 resources and draw 2 cards. And we take a horror, and by that, our teddy bear takes a horror. Okay. Min, you're going to just investigate at 4 to 2, I think. Nice. Put a token on this. You'll love to see it. And then let's move over here to the fishing piers. As an action, spend a resource parlay. Choose any other revealed location. You may either move 1 clue from that location to fishing piers or vice versa. Neat. We're going to play this Research Librarian for our last action. And then we're going to grab this Dream Diary and put it into our hands. Silas! You got a dude you need to kill. So you're going to move in here. Then we're going to attack this guy at 4, 5. Add an additional 4, so 3. So we have 8 to 3. Cool, we'll return this to our hand. But we'll deal 2 damage. And then we're going to go again. And I mean, the resource, these are here to do this. So we're going to go 8 to 3 again. Nice, he's dead. Put that punk in the victory display. Sure, don't go in there either. That's fine too. Boop. Okay. Upkeep phase. Great draw. All of this is coming up, Millhouse. Test foot 3. If you fail, take 1 damage and move to the connecting location with the lowest shroud value. If there is a difference of 2 or more between the shroud values, lose 1 action. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, we're going to go commit this Inquiring Mind for 6, 7 to 3. Oh. What a dirty trick. What a dirty trick. So we move to a connecting location with a lower shroud. The lowest shroud value, okay. So we take 1 damage. Then we move, we lose an action. Chain Dreamer. The squid with the auto fail. I love it so much. Okay, what do you get, Silas? A dude. Hunter, spawn, engage with play with the most encounter cards in their hand. After it engages you, take 1 damage or 1 horror. All right, we'll just take them. So there's hidden encounter cards in this. Right now, I'm going to just say it. These Mythos cards are, like, perfectly designed. Okay. This is Cyclopean. Yep, Super Fang. This is Cyclopean... What is it called? Cyclopean Foundations. Super spooky. All right, well, we got to get these last 2 clues with Min, but we also want to get our Dream Diary online. Man, that would have been so sick if we got that. We would have gotten a clue. It would have been golden. But, you know, bad things happen to good people. We're going to play the Dream Diary. And then we're going to move up here, I think. Okay, so this is a nice little trick that you can pull here with Silas that I haven't done yet in our Innsmouth campaign. But we can attack this guy at 5-2. We can commit this resourceful. Oh my god. Like, we can just go nuts. Because we're not going to miss. I mean, we could draw the autofill, but even then we get to bring it all back. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2. Nice. So, I think we return a not without a fight to our hand. And then we're going to return this to our hand. To return these to our hands. Then we're going to play this for 3. Dude, he's so strong. Like, Silas is very good. Like, he's the net, yeah, the net's strong. I'm thinking if I'm gonna play the net here or if I'm gonna go hang out with Min just in case she needs me. I think the net's just the course of action here. Being able to evade at 5 just even there is great. Oh my god. Whew. I mean, you don't get to do that all the time, and it is also pretty expensive, but I mean, just being able to, like, resourceful a card back, then bring the resourceful back to your hand is already kind of nuts. Anyways, let's go to upkeep. Deduction is a great get there. Inspiring Presence is going to be a lot better when we have Yaddle in our deck. Evil card number 1. Oh, that's fine. We'll spend a resource to investigate. Hey, Silas, something for you to kill. Okay, let's go. I like you evade him and then he's just like, okay. All right, action number 1, we're gonna grab this dream. We need to succeed by 3 or more. So, like, we're gonna go pretty all in on this and then hopefully just not draw the auto fail. If we draw the auto fail, we're in a bad place. We have 3, 7, 8, 10. 10-3. -2. All right, so we're going to grab 2 clues from this location, which is... Oh, sorry, there should be a shrewd analysis in this deck. There should be. I'm going to just make that note. There should have been one from the last one, so we're just going to quickly just add that into the deck. There should have been a shrewd analysis. I just forgot to put it in because in my mind it's always there. All right, so then we interpreted the dreams. I think that's how you spell it. We grab the 2 clues. So we're at 6. We're going to draw a card. Very nice. Very nice. I mean, I'm so excited. I guess I also have a resource for this rain. I like every card in these freaking decks. I'm so happy whenever I draw a card. But I guess this is like the best part about playing like your 2 favorite investigators with your favorite archetypes. I'm just a happy boy. And then we put this here, and now our book's at 5. Okay. Our brain and our book is both at 5. That's pretty nice. All right, let's move down to those shipping warehouses. Pay 2 resources. You bribe a foreman to give you access to one of the warehouses. Reduce a shroud for the next investigate perform this round. Interesting. Nice, clean design. Really nice and really flavorful. Oh, did I want to crack that case? You know what? I probably should have cracked that case before I left. So let's just say I would have, and I wouldn't have known this was a shroud 4. I should have cracked that case. Silas, you're ready to kill this man. He's a fish man. We have 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-4. Nice, we'll return this. I should be playing these not without a fights in my... It's a good skill for Silas. He's dead. What else do you do here, buddy? I guess you go, like... Let's move here first so we can, like, see what the location's like. As additional cost to investigate the ARKHAM, you must either spend one additional action or choose and discard a card from your hand. We're going to deduction that one. Not without a fight is underrated IMO. Honestly, Superfang, that's actually like why I put it in this deck, because I was like, is this card good? It effectively is, I mean, it's an overpower or a manual dexterity without drawing a card all the time. And then if you have 2 enemies, it adds 3. I think you're right. I think it is super underrated. And then we'll move here and hang out with Min. Protector. Upkeep. Oh, and we would lose a resource. It's the move action as well. Shortcut's a great card. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 of 6. I think we're making pretty good pace, though. We need 2 more clues to get through this. So that's a little bit tricky. It is kind of tricky, but... Let's see what we got here. Test Fist or Foot 3. If you fail, take 1 damage and put Street Ball into play in your threat area. You cannot take parlay actions. At the end of the round, discard Street Brawl. Alright. Well, it's looking like we're going to be taking a damage. And I mean, you're probably going to take the damage for me. Code Poet 85, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the goddamn table. It's a pleasure to have you. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, Fist 3. Why not? Aw, dang. We take a damage. You know what? I'm still doing fine. Alright, we're going to do 4 to 3. We commit this Take Heart. -1. We'll return this to our hand. We don't have much else to do, so we'll just pass this. What other items are in my Silas deck? Is it even worth playing Backpack? No. Grizzly Totem is cute. Madame Lebranche is a human. She is not an item. I mean, I could play them just to filter through my deck. But I mean, that's 2 resources. I can just use it for a foot test in the future. I should have actually probably used it on Min's, TBH. We're going to play Emergency Cash. And then also spend 2 resources for the next Investigate action to be 1. It's not a parlay action. So then we have 2. Silas is going to move in here. Four, 5, 6, 7. I'll play the Backpack. 1. Right, we got a fire axe and a baseball bat. Okay. Min, you're going to start by investigating at 5 to 1. Nice, grab a clue. We're going to grab the essence of the dream, and then we're going to investigate at 8 to 4. So 5, 8 to 4. Nice. That triggers on the Hawkeye folding camera. And then we're going to... no, we can shortcut at the start of next turn. We can see what happens. End of the round, this goes away. And then we upkeep. Is that worth it to get 2? It's unlikely, but I mean, like, even if we just have 2 of them, the Essence of the Dream is honestly not great. Lucky's always good. All right, let's see. A sudden surge in wind brings the approaching storm in force. Rain plasters you all at once, and the gale nearly pushes you off balance. You brace yourself against the storm and push on, determined not to let the weather end your investigation early. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Driving Rain and put it into play. Discard shuffle if it was searched. I'm gonna, put that in your min because it matters for her the most. Amid the downpour sweeping through Arkham, the Miskatonic River grows steadily wilder. A faint smell of salt water lingers on the air as you soldier on, but what could bring such a smell to an inland town on a freshwater river? I don't know. Ask Silas. Chilled to the bone. If there's no copy in your threat area, put Chilled into Blow in your threat area. Damage and horror cannot be healed from you or assets you control. At the end of the round, take 1 damage or horror as an action, spend 2 resources to discard it. Honestly, I dig it. That's a little bit spooky. That's a little bit spooky, but I mean, we can use this turn as like a setup turn, right? And we just don't move or investigate. What is Silas setting up for? Not much, TBH, but we also could advance the deck because we have 8 clues. Because we got 2, 4, 8. We should have 8 here. Yeah, let's start here. Let's advance the act. There's no shortage of palms waiting to be greased, but you manage to weed out the irrelevant information from the parts that actually point you in the right direction. Several sailors saw the Myra Louise sail into Arkham last night, but it sailed straight through Arkham further upriver without making any stops. Mr. Kurtz, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the goddamn table. It's a pleasure to have you. Each investigator loses all their clues, reveal each Arkham location, then remove all clues from each location and play. Put the set-aside main deck, wheelhouse, and engine room locations into play. Okay. Well, that solves that problem. Set aside main deck. Set aside. Ah, here it is. Okay. Place. Beauty. All right. You trek up the banks of the river west out of town. It doesn't take long before you spot the ship on a small offshoot of the river, anchored in the darkness of nearby trees. While silent, the ship is not uninhabited, and you can spot a lone figure moving slowly and deliberately about the main deck. If an investigator enters the main deck, we advance. You know, I'm going to just say it right now. So far, I think this has been my favorite campaign custom first scenario. It's flavorful. It feels good. It's well balanced. All the cards are like engaging. I'm digging it so far. I'm also playing my 2 favorite investigators, which might be helping my mood out. All right, so now this Hawkeye folding camera is kind of garbage, so we're probably not going to play it because you should not have clues on it. Oh, the Justin location. Dark Horse. Dark Horse dot location. Okay. All right, well, we're going to spend 2 resources to get rid of Chilled to the Bone. We're also going to grab an Essence of the Dream while we're here, and then we're going to scrounge for supplies and grab a Deduction. As for you, Silas, we're going to have 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. You're just going to gain 3 resources. I think it's better than... I mean, you could just enter the main deck. We can go 1, lose a resource. 2. Let's advance. How are you streaming at a normal time for me? Oh, I do. I play Arkham Horror on Mondays now, Soviet Love Hammer. That's how I do things now. But that's right. It's also a great time because I could do it in an evening, but during the day is great because we get a whole new audience. Well, not a whole... I mean, Chain Dreamer's usually always here, but it's a lot better for people not in Mountain or Canada time. You move cautiously up the gangplank to the Myra Louise's deck and peer over the railing. On the opposite side, you lose 2 resources. Yes, Superfang, you're 100% right. Thank you. On the opposite side, a towering man hoists a body in an expensive suit and hurls it overside the ship. You crane your head up to get a good look at the body, but it's just enough for the man to spot you as he turns back toward the ship. Who the hell are you? He bellows, advancing towards you with powerful strides. Spawn this set aside Bill Bledsoe at the main deck. Hi, Justin. Greetings from Spain. Hello! How's it going? First time chat from a viewer. We appreciate it. Thank you for coming to watch. I've been wanting to try it for a long time. ARKHAM? ARKHAM is it's a great game. Okay. Let's go in pieces. This man comes here. This dude has 4 health. 2 evade, 4 attack. Hunter, if you're engaged with him, you try to take advantage of his recklessness. Test, book 4. If you succeed, deal 1 damage to him. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity. After you defeat him, flip him over and resolve the text on his other side. The bulky sailor is intimidating, but as blunt as a bull. Once again, great design. Are you a fan of the game, Mr. Kurtz? Of Arkham Horror? Alright, now let's look at this. Boom. Death on the Miskatonic. You found the Myra Louise and a fresh set of trouble to go with it. The presence of the brutish man and the well-dressed corpse already compounds the mystery, but there's sure to be even more evidence somewhere on the ship. Whatever you choose to pursue, you'll have to work quickly while you can still endure the constant attacks, terrible weather, and strange influence you feel in the back of your brain. Objective. If at least 3 of the following are true, the investigators may choose to advance. Subdue the attacker, inspected the ship, found the cargo manifest, examined the corpses, talked to a survivor. Let's go! Anyways, we have 1 action left, and it's probably best spent just evading this guy. We have 5 to 2. Because we moved, lost 2 resources, 1 from each, because I forgot about that. But someone in chat very kindly reminded me. And last one's going to be evade at 5 to 2. We haven't put something in yet, so we'll do this to go 7 to 2, because we can return it, because we haven't done that yet this turn. Yeah, we'll return this. Okay. These can go away at the end of the round. Boop. Boop. Upkeep phase. Hey, Dr. Milan. Oh, yeah, I haven't looked at this one yet. Non-Euclidean. Place 1 clue on main deck from the token bank. So whenever we leave this location, we place a clue on it. Lightning Bolt. If there are 2 or more clues on main deck, read Evidence 1 under Scenario Interlude. Only 1 of them? Yes, that is probably very right, Chain Dreamer. Discard a copy, max once per round. Thank you. And then upkeep over here. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we don't need to discard a card. Beauty. 1 of 6. Ooh, a secret card. Grotesque Hallucinations. If you end your turn at a location with a shroud value of 3 or higher, reveal it and discard a card at random from your hand. Choose a non-weakness card in your discard pile and remove it from the game. It gains discard grotesque hallucinations. Very spicy. Yes, so, Fenton Crackshell. Non-Euclidean is a custom keyword for this, and it's when you would move from a location, that investigator must resolve all non-Euclidean abilities on that location. Okay. We've done this. Silas, what's your evil card? Hybrid Infiltrator. Spawn. Location with the lowest shroud. Patrol. Location with the highest shroud. Okay. Oh, spicy. That's so cool. Oh my god. Luckily we can have him move here and then Silas could just kill him in the future. Hey, you should stand up, Bill. Okay, Silas. We're going to fight this guy. And we're going to do it with just a Inspiring Presence, because I think it's the least impactful one we have here. I guess we're just going to do Not Without a Fight, because the card's just, like, really good. And now I'm, like, super high on Not Without a Fight. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to 4. Cool, we'll return this to our hand and deal 2 damage to him. Let's go again. 7 to 4. Cool, he's defeated. Sounds like we're about to subdue our attacker. The British man charges at you with a single-minded fury, but you haven't found the missing ship just to cut and run now. Oh, Justin, let Julie know that her email poem thing is very good. Love the Titanic one this week. Oh, Sylvia, love her. I'm going to tell her that. She's going to love to hear that. I actually should... I should get the link here for anyone else. I'll put it in the Discord chat of our thing, but my girlfriend has a poetry thing that she writes poetry, and the Titanic one I love that poem. She did an amazing job with it. She's really good, and she started a subscription service, so that sends out an email every 2 weeks, every second Sunday she's planning, and she writes very good poetry, and I highly suggest it. If you're interested, I'll be in the Discord channel. I'll post that. Oh, yeah, Sylvia Lovehammer's got it here. Yeah. There you go. Go there. You should. I think it's pretty sick. And we made that logo together, and it looks really nice. All right. Let's go back to the game. His talents prove no match for yours, and within a minute, the man lies on his back on the ship's deck, groaning and clutching his head with both hands. With witnesses hard to come by, you demand the man tell you everything he knows. The man thrashes for a moment, and his eyes snap open with a roar. The dreamer stirs. In stone it lies dead, with stone it shall awaken. He spews a series of words that you can't even begin to identify until finally his eyes roll backwards and he drops unconscious, twitching lightly. Is this man possessed? A fanatic? Both? You can only assume that he is a sailor based on his tattoos and clothing, but he's clearly more than that. His works on the ship serve some darker power, willing or otherwise. Victory won. Okay, that was action 1 and 2. I think for our last action, we are going to just spend a resource to move. Let's check out the wheelhouse, because I'm a sailor. I know how to do that. Investigators of the wheelhouse get -1 to all skills during the Mythos phase. Spend 6 clues as a group. Read evidence 2 under scenario interlude, evidence on board in the campaign log. And then we place a clue on this location. Such a great design. Okay. We have a lot of lines here that we can take with this. Well, we're going to move here and spend a resource. We'll lose a resource. We're going to shortcut into this location. And then we're going to play Dr. Milan. Is that right? No. I think we got to get rid of this hallucinations, and we're just going to burn a crack the case. Remove it from our deck. Remove it from the game, sorry. I think that's the right line. Okay. We moved. We shortcutted in. Moved. We shortcutted in. We did this. Ooh, this non-Euclidean, it means we have to end here. But I think that's fine. We're going to move up here for our last action. Oh, we're going to have to come back here, though. You know what? We're actually going to move down here instead, then. Spend 2 clues as a group, but set aside Thomas Rybicki into the engine room. If there are no clues on engine room, read evidence through... Yeah, that's the one we want to be on. That's the nice one. Okay. Now we go upkeep. Now we go upkeep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Beautiful. This guy patrols up here, and he's going to advance that. Mythos phase. At the end of the Mythos phase? Yes. Yeah, it's something for Silas to do, right? Okay. First evil card. This goes away. Okay. Please no. We're testing 2 to 3. All right, we don't lose an action. We just come up here. We do take a damage. That'll be enough for Research Librarian. Okay. That's something we want to get rid of as Silas. Oh, just having a burger and potatoes? Sounds yummy. Okay, we've done 1 out of 5. Min, why don't we do this? We'll do evidence on board. So if there are 2 clues, if there are player clues. It's evidence 1. Nice. All right. As you walk the main deck and venture into its cabins, the ship's architecture doesn't seem to come together correctly. Corners that you expect to join stay apart despite all appearances, and you stumble over seemingly flat boards. On closer inspection, at various spots on the deck, you find small fragments of soapy green stone embedded in the wood. Your vision wobbles slightly as you gaze at the stone, focusing the dizzying feeling from earlier. You're not sure if these stones are placed here on purpose or merely left behind by whoever attacked the ship, but what is certain is that the fragments are a sign of arcane tampering. We have inspected the ship. There's one more, right? There's a 3. Okay, we got the first 2. And then, Min, you're going to unfortunately add more clues to this location. That design is interesting, because it's like you're moving around the ship, and when you come back, it's different and there's new things to discover. Very clean. All right, we're going to investigate at this location. Sorry. We're going to also play out Dr. Milan. Now we're going to investigate at 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3. That's pretty good. Nice. So we're going to gain a clue. Gain 2 clues, sorry. Whoa! 2 clues and a resource. Then we're going to spend the clues to put the set aside. What's his nuts? Thomas Rybicki? Thomas Rybicki. All right, action. If there are no enemies at Thomas's location, parlay. Test book or brain 3. If you succeed, place 1 clue on Thomas Rubicki from the token bank. If there are player clues on him, flip him over and resolve the text on his other side. Okay. Silas moves here, engages that man and attacks him. He's going to take 1 damage and 1 horror. Is that worth it to try to avoid? We're going to be at what, 2? Is that the end of the Mythos phase? It's fine. It's fine. We're going to spend 2 resources to get rid of this. Then we're going to move in here. And do we just engage the man to save an action next turn? Probably, right? Probably. We'll get punched 1, but we're doing fine on meat damage. All right, enemy phase. Ow. Upkeep. Acquiring Mind's a good draw. Grizzly Totem. You're good. Are you better than the other things in my hand? No, you're not. You're the worst card there, unfortunately. We're at 3, 4 in total, 3 on the 1 on the board. Test brain 3. If you fail, return 1 of your clues to your location and take 1 horror. All right. We're testing 5 to 3. We're golden. What do you got? Out of Murky Darkness. Put into play in your threat area. After you enter a location, each deep 1 or hybrid enemy at your location attacks you. Huh. Interesting. And then this guy gets a Doom. Okay. Well, let's talk to Thomas. We have book 3, so we have 4, 5, 6 to 3. That's pretty good. I don't think we need to commit anything. Yep. Let's go again, 6 to 3. -2. Let's flip this guy over. After a tense few minutes of reassurance, you manage to calm the stoker, but you find some difficulties in speaking with him. His thick accent and broken grammar show that he hasn't been in America for very long. The man collapses to his seat and rubs his forehead with tearful relief. You are save me from them, men with guns. They say to stand at corner, not let us talk. I hear sound of them take cargo. The stoker licks his dry lips as he tries to focus his memories. Boats stop and we wait long time, then air turn waves. Strange sight and sound, then monsters come. Fight men with guns, I hide in cold but friends not fast. He looks at the body of his former crewmates and makes the sign of the cross. You comfort the man and assure him of his safety while making a mental note of what happened to the ship's cargo. We talk to the survivor. So we could advance this, but we're going to go for those other ones, baby. So we want to end in here, in the wheelhouse. Okay. Final action, we're going to investigate our location. We have 4, 5, 6 to 3. The Silas. The Silas Marsh effect. We'll gain a resource. So we're probably going to want to find something for our resources. I mean, in theory, the other Hawkeye folding camera could be good here. Silas, my boy! We're going to attack this guy. We have 4, 5 to 3. We're going to commit this resourceful here. Are we? Well, we can just replace this overpower. We have 7 to 3. Nice. He's dead. We draw a card. Hey, stunning blow. All right, action number 2. We're going to just test this at 4 to 3, I think. Is that worthy of a lucky? I don't think it is. We'll just go 4 to 3 one more time. Nice. Yeah, get the bonk. All right, upkeep phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think Cherished Keepsake, it's your time to go. Actually, probably the take card can go. I don't think we need cards. All right, we're at 4 of 6. Boom. Sweet. Silas can just stay here. Grab him next turn. You Better Leave. Attach You Better Leave to the real location with the most clues that does not already have a copy of You Better Leave attached. That's this location. Interesting. Okay, so after an investigator discovers any amount of clues from attached location, that investigator must either take 1 damage or lose 1 action. If there are no clues at the attached location, discard You'd Better Leave. Well, Silas, you don't have a monster, so you're just going to gain 2 clues and then spend those on this, just to get rid of it. Min, you're going to investigate for your first action. We have 6 to 3, so 4, 5, 6. That's 2. We'll grab a clue and a resource. Then we're going to move up here. And we're going to investigate again. This one's only 6 to 4. We're going to commit this Essence of the Dream to it. I should have played this. I should actually probably have played the Hawkeye. Am I still going to? Maybe? Yes, I wanted to flip that over before. Do I need the clues? Yes, I wanted to flip that over. Thank you for reminding me. Let's go back in time. So we get evidence 3. Thank you. What at first seemed like a fight between two parties now looks to be 3 instead. Corpses in the practical outfits of sailors are grouped together in one corner, while bodies in tailored suits and trench coats lie mixed with those other horrible fish-like creatures. Judging from the broken Tommy guns and quality of their suits, these men were members of the Arkham's infamous O'Banion gang. What brought them into the conflict with these mutants is anyone's guess. However, were they both laying claim to the same prize, or were they working together and came to a dispute? We've examined the corpses. Okay, now we move up here. And you can bet we're going to start investigating. So we have 6 to 4. We'll go 9 to 4. I'll return it to my hand. It's a good day to have an Elder Sign token. Silas might just stay at this location. We need 1 more clue here before we go, and then we can grab the 2 up there. Okay. Hello, sir. Come on over. Upkeep. Great card. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Backpack. Go away. All right, we are 5 of 6. Out of Murky Darkness. Test Brain 3. If you fail, take a horror. We'll just go 2 to 3. We're going to destroy Mr. Potterson. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. Okay. Silas, why don't you go first? We'll grab this man who has 1 doom on him. We're going to attack him. We have 4, 5 to 3. We'll go 7 to 3. Oh, sorry, 8 to 3. So we need this. Sure, he can go down. We'll draw a card. Another lucky. Then for our last action, we play another Mr. Potterson. Min, We're going to investigate at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 4. Sweet. Grab a clue. We're going to leave that clue there because we're going to leave for our next action. Also gain a resource, so it'll come back. But now we're up here with 4 clues, and we can grab these 2. So for our last action, we're just going to do the nice basic investigate. We have 6 to 3. Let's go! Let's go. Okay, upkeep phase. Alright, so this just takes up space. That just sits there and eats my hand up. I think we called this the, it's like the perfect weakness for most of my decks. Bad against Bryn, though. Alright. From out of the water rises a grotesque figure, skin shining from any nearby lights. Its posture and rapid approach clearly shows the creature's intentions of attacking you. You scramble to defend yourself against this added menace. Search the... have you already interpreted the dreams? Yes, I have. Yes. Thank you for checking, though. Search the discard pile for a deep one or hybrid enemy and spawn it normally. Shuffle the encounter deck if it was searched. So if he doesn't have a spawn, does he just spawn with the lead investigator? Maybe there's another victory one we can grab. There is. Let's spawn him on the waterfront. Okay, what's this last one? 7. Okay, we're gonna get everything. Distant dreams. The rain keeps pounding and the fish-like creatures rise from and sink back into the river, but your challenges are far from over. The faint feeling at the back of your mind spikes up strongly, of distant influence that gnaws at your very core. Alright, Min, what's your evil card? Grotesque hallucinations. Alright, that's probably fine. Silas. Whispers from the water. Very fitting. At the end of the round, if you're not at the waterfront, reveal Whispers from the Water. Either take one horror or move one location towards the waterfront. Okay, cool design. I like all of it. Min, let's get the clue. We have 6. To the game's 3. Yeah, 6 to 3. It's ours. We'll gain a resource as well. All right, and then we're going to spend our clues to read evidence 2. Though the wheelhouse does seem barren at a glance, you find a strong box bolted firmly in the place near the helm. The box is solidly locked, and it isn't until you scour the rest of the towboat that you find the body of the Myra Louise's captain, with the matching key still in his coat pocket. The strongbox contains most of the paperwork concerning the ship's business, among which you find a manifest of the cargo taken for the Mykenay expedition. When compared to the list of that of James Wycliffe included in his letter, you find some discrepancies, most notably sealed crates containing several tons of carved stone blocks. In fact, the stone seems to be the majority of the expedition cargo, making you wonder why Wycliffe didn't mention it at all. Remember that we found the manifest, so I think now we have everything. We subdued the attacker, inspected the ship, examined the corpses, talked to a survivor, and found the manifest. Okay, so we just want to get this victory and that victory, and then we are happy to end it. Action number 2, we're going to remove a card from our discard pile to avoid taking unnecessary damage. And then we're going to move in here for our last action. Silas is going to move out, spawning a clue at our location. And then we got a dude we have to fight. Oh, I love that design. Anyways, we have 4, 5 to 3. 5 to 3. We can use this to go 6 to 3, just in case we somehow miss on our last attack. Missing isn't really something that like we do. -2. Too many cards in your hand? Yeah. But that's I drew this one at the start of this turn, so at the end of the turn we'll discard down if we're still there. I will deal 2 damage to this boy. And we'll discard that card because we're going to have to get rid of it anyway. Then let's go for it for our last attack. We will use this Steadfast to be at 4, 5, 8 to 3. All right, we'll return that to our hand and then worry about discarding after. This man will go to the victory display, though. Okay. At the end of the round. All right, upkeep phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Upkeep over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can burn, honestly, probably this Inspiring Presence. And then we will take a horror because we can't move closer to the waterfront. Bing. Evil card here. No, Min. Don't do it. We're going to go 6 to 3, sorry. Use the bonus on that one. Good job, Min. -3 was good. You want to stay on the boat and not add more clues. Oh, God, Silas, are you a fish person, or is that just me wondering if you're a fish person? All right, Min, you just got to get some clues. So why don't we do that? We have 4, 5, 6, 8 to 4. Nice. Grab a clue. 4, 5, 6, 8 to 4. Nice. We'll draw a card. And then we got 4, 5, 6, 8 to 4. Nice. We can advance. Let's do it. Your search of the Myra, Louise, has provided some very strange insights, but there's no sign of the actual cargo you were hired to find. You decide to retreat with the information you've gathered to figure out where to try next. Resolution 3. Satisfied with your examination of the Myra, Louise, you return to land before the night can throw away any other surprises at you. From there, you pay a visit to Velma's diner to refresh yourself and go over the information you gathered. What you found on the ship provided just as many mysteries as answers, and you still don't feel much closer to recovering the expedition's stolen findings. You do have an idea of where to search next, however, thanks to the brutish man you first clashed with on the ship. When you approached, you saw him dumping a body in an expensive suit over the side of the ship. Only a gangster would be that well dressed at the scene of a crime, and only the O'Banion gang would be so bold as to hijack a publicly celebrated expedition. If anyone knows where the missing cargoes is, it's those gangstas. Your course is clear. All right, in your campaign log, record that the investigators explored the Myra, Louise. We will have 1 notice, and we earn 1 bonus experience. So that is none of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 experience to work with. Daddy likes. He likes indeed. Oh, thank you, Squid Cthulhu. Man, great scenario. The flavor was awesome. I really felt like it was like a stormy night, you know, when I was on the ship going around. This ship changing with a non-Euclidean. Also, like, it wasn't... This reminds me of, like, the earlier scenarios where it's not trying to do anything crazy. It's just trying to tell a good story, right? Like, it doesn't have elaborate things. It's just you're exploring. It's a fantastic opening scenario. This was really fun. It helps that I'm playing my 2 favorite investigators. I actually honestly think it might have actually been a little bit too easy. But that also does come with, once again, like, Silas is my wheelhouse. And Min is also, like, strong for me. So I could just have that advantage as well, right? Like, playing the 2 investigators. And also, I mean, like, I played the hell out of this game. I'm going to be pretty okay at it. But I'm very excited for the next one, which we're going to do right away on stream. We're just going to upgrade our decks with that Juicy 8 experience. So we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. And the Cyclopean Foundations, that is the name of this campaign, will continue. Have a good one. Bye.